Hi, Internet. It's Emily SW.
Sam.
And we are coming at you with a movie reaction today. And I almost said podcast. Because
We've been doing those more frequently
Yeah.
than anything else.
But this is different because we're on camera. So I have to remember to make
To engage
eye contact
with the audience.
Yeah. But anyway, so we're watching He Who Gets Slapped, which is a 1924 silent movie. So this is an American film, but it's based on a Russian play. So
I think that's apparent.
yeah. If you know anything about Russian literature or that kind of thing, it is a very Russian story.
I don't know anything about Russian literature aside from what you've told me. So,
It's this movie.
okay.
But
Lots of tragedy, right?
yes, lots of tragedy. Usually there's it's not usually a happy ending. Like there's closure, but it's not like everyone gets to live happily ever after.
Yeah.
It's just like emotional, spiritual, mental closure.
Mm. So I know the ending of this movie because Ray Bradbury spoiled it in his, I don't know, it was like afterward thoughts in the copy of Something Wicked This Way Comes.
I remember you telling me about that.
Because he mentioned having watched all these films, but then he also said what happened. So he spoiled a bunch of them.
Way to go, Ray Bradbury, spoiling a movie that's
101 years old.
Yeah.
Maybe that book was written in the 60s.
Yeah, but still.
I guess you gotta be careful.
Yeah. And actually, the Russian play had a different ending from this film as well, because I didn't actually write this down, but if memory serves, in the Russian play, the ending is a lot darker, so I guess I'll bring that back up again when we get there, and I'll let you know what the other version was. So even this is toned down tragedy.
Yeah, because this is the Hollywood version,
Yes.
but it's not Disney version.
No.
That's,
No.
I think, a good distinction.
Yeah.
You got the original Russian, the Hollywood version, and then the Disney version are all very different things.
Yeah.
There is no Disney version of this, just to clarify. That was just a point of comparison.
A metaphor.
Yes.
Okay, so this movie, there are a couple interesting little film history tidbits. So, Lon Chaney is in this. Very prominent, very famous actor from this time period. He was known as the Man of 1,000 Faces.
Yes.
And so, Lon Chaney is the main character in this, the titular He Who Gets Slapped.
He's probably most well known for his role in The Phantom of the Opera.
We haven't watched that yet.
Not yet.
We will, yeah. That is on the docket. And this was also the first film that was produced entirely by MGM. So MGM was two different companies that kind of merged together. So this was the first movie that they released or produced entirely as MGM. It wasn't the first movie they released that was entirely produced by them, because they produced this first, but then they held it back and they released it more around Christmas time so they would get bigger audiences for it.
A joyful Christmas story.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting to me too, because now my family's never done this, but it is kind of a thing. Like, it's very common for people to go to the movies on Christmas Eve or around Christmas time. Like, I know a lot of people who do that.
I don't.
Threw my pen. Oh. But that is a common thing. Like, people will make the big movie releases be around Christmas time because they're more likely to get people going.
I think that's shifted now, so the big movies are in the summer.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, this movie was also the first movie to feature the iconic lion mascot.
Fitting.
Yes. And this movie was well received. Critically and...
Box office
Yeah, I know. I was going to say financially. It was financially successful. People liked it and critics liked it, which is not always the case.
Yeah, usually it's like one or the other.
Yeah. So yeah, all around, this movie...
So we should be in for a good time.
Yes, good time. And we're going to keep an eye out for this. There is supposedly, a Bela Lugosi appearance in here that was not credited. This is largely kind of an urban legend. Like, most not historians, but film historians or people, biographers of Bela Lugosi think that he was probably in New York City or Chicago at the time this was being filmed, so it would have been impossible. But nobody can prove definitively that he wasn't there.
So what makes people think that he maybe was there?
Oh, I suppose I should have started with that. So people think he might have been there as a background actor because there's a scene in the circus with a bunch of clown extras who, you know, they all face paint on and like costumes, so you can't really tell who they are. And Bela Lugosi had a photo of the behind the scenes of that kind of crowd of clowns in his scrapbook. So people were theorizing that because he had that picture of all those background actor clowns, maybe he was one of the clowns. But again, nobody can prove or deny this definitively either way. When that scene comes up, we will point it out, but I don't have hope of being able to debunk it or...
No, I don't think so. You'd have to really, I think, go frame by frame and really look at all those actors to see if you can recognize Bela in there anywhere.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I almost feel like you would have to have, like, the film reel and get, like, a big magnifying
scope. And probably a copy of that picture to see what we're looking for.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Which we do not have.
No. That's all my background information. Do you have anything to add before we get started?
We seem to have acquired an extra audience member.
Oh yeah, we're filming. They can see her. I'm so used, I'm like looking at the camera, but I'm not registering. Yes. But she's very quiet today. I guess she knows that they can see her.
You know what I realized we're kind of like? You know Mystery Theater 3000?
Yeah.
Except not everything we watch is bad on purpose.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, honestly, I enjoy everything we watch. I don't necessarily think it's because they're all top-notch quality films, but it's enjoyable to do it.
Yeah. Oh, I also think the fact that they're still extant is because they were good films, so people hung on to them and preserved them.
Yeah.
Even though a lot of very good films are lost, I don't think if a film was really a flop, it would have necessarily been kept as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Where are you going?
Cat break. This video is sponsored by... No, not on the computer. Girlfriend.
Then she's gonna get offended and sulk away.
She's mad because I covered my water glass, so she can't drink out of it.
He Who Gets Slapped, 1924, starring Lon Chaney. Here's the lion that we mentioned before.
The iconic lion. That lion's dead.
Well, it's been 100 years. Imagine some lions just still alive, 100 years old. Now, if they had made
he would deserve it, though.
If they had made their mascot a tortoise.
That would have been a little more... Or an elephant. Elephants live for a long time. Although, I mean, the elephant probably would have been dead by then, too.
Yeah, 100 years is still...
I don't know why. My dad likes to make that joke.
So there's the play that it was adopted from.
I'm like so self-conscious.
Am
I slouching?
Passed by the National Board of Review.
In the grim comedy of life, it has wisely been said that the last laugh is the best.
He who laughs last.
Laughs best.
The happiest.
He who laughs last, laughs last. All the world's a stage.
And everyone's a critic.
Yeah. All the world's a stage, and God is just up there throwing tomatoes at us. In the villa of Baron Regnard in Paris, Paul Beaumont, an unknown scientist, labored to prove his startling theories on the origins of mankind. And so Lon Chaney is the actor portraying.
Yes. I like how it shows us, like, it introduces the character, and then it tells us who the actor is underneath.
For years, Beaumont had struggled alone, in poverty, until the Baron, suddenly interested in his work, had invited him to blah blah blah.
To his home.
Okay. In the scientist's life, there were but two loves, his work and his wife, Marie.
Played by Ruth King. You ever watched, like, General Hospital?
No. The illustrious Baron Regnard, a patron of the sciences, played by Mark McDermott.
So sometimes the actors change in the story, and then they have to reintroduce the character as a new actor, and there will be a voice over in the show, and it'll be like, the role of blah 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 is now played by so and so.
Yeah, it's a very soap opera thing to do.
Yeah.
My mom never watched General Hospital. She did, however, watch Days of Our Lives. Okay, so he's saying, I proved all my theories, now I'm ready to go before the Academy.
Do we know what those theories are?
They're just theories on the origins of mankind.
No, not really relevant for our purposes.
I will be famous, and it shall be all for you, Maria, my love. Now, this is also showing a bit of a cultural shift, because nobody would give two even tidbits of a crap about this today, or it would just become controversial and a topic on Dude Bro podcasts and, like, TV. And you, my benefactor, how can I thank you? Like, the origins of mankind, like, that, it's either gotta be, like, philosophical or...
We already had Darwin,
Yeah.
So what's he doing?
That's true. Now, Paul, you must rest. The Baron will make all the arrangements with the Academy.
Mistake number 1.
Foreshadowing. It's a shame that we didn't get any sort of mustache twirling, because the Baron has a good mustache for twirling. And spoiler alert, the Baron's the villain.
Do you think that trope had been established yet?
That's a good question. Put a pin in that. I want to look that up later. Where did that come from?
Who was the first villain
Who
to
was the
twirl a mustache?
twirling villain? I'm dead serious. I'm very interested in this topic. This is not a gag. Gasp.
Uh-oh.
Scandalous. Intrigue.
What is she up to with the Baron?
Dun dun dun. The sleep of a man whose world is about to come crashing down around him.
Probably the most peaceful sleep he'll ever have.
Yeah, that's true, especially after this. On the appointed day, Paul Beaumont appeared before the Academy of the Sciences for judgment upon his work.
You ever think about how men's fashion doesn't change
Yes.
a whole lot?
Mm-hmm. Or what happens is, men's fashion move into, like, women's fashion, and then all the men are like, oh, we won't wear that. That's women's clothes. A la high heels, makeup,
Oh yeah, that was because of
the color pink.
the great male renunciation,
Yes.
where it was decided men couldn't wear whimsical clothing anymore.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking, so you look at especially the scene with they're all in their white bow ties and the suits. Like this could be in the 1880s, the 1910s. The movie it takes place in the 1920s. We can tell that from Marie's clothes, which are very of the decade. I'm sure there are some really subtle details that I'm not aware of that would give it away.
It's only like, like the high collars, and I think like cuff length, cuff style are supposed to be big indicators as well.
I'm not that well versed on historical suits.
No, I'm not either. We just talked over, the Baron just took all of Mark Beaumont's discoveries.
Paul
Beaumont, sorry. And said they were his. And so Paul is obviously very upset about this. Clearly he's not your friend, dude.
The drama. This is the most exciting day at the Academy they've ever had.
Yeah, I know. Say psych! Say psych! Is Ashton Kutcher here? Is this pranked? Yeah, all those old men are living for this drama. Usually they just pile into this room to take a collective nap while one of them gets up there and pontificates. The entertainment!
I mean, was that something really worth laughing at? No. But is the... Yes.
Yes. Yeah, to us, laughter, the bitterest and most subtle death to hope.
I suppose in the eyes of these stuffy guys here, Paul is just a nobody. Right?
Yeah. Well, I also think, like, in this kind of context, in this time period, the humiliation of it, the damage to his good standing and reputation, is probably more severe than it would be in our day and age.
Yeah. I mean, it was also, like, the lightest little...
Yeah, it was like when you watch movies.
He's, like, just swatting
about, like somebody takes their glove off and goes...
Go away.
Yeah. There's this two-time wife. He slapped me, Marie. I would have killed him, but they laughed. Laughed as if I were a clown. Should have killed him. Then they wouldn't have been laughing.
Yeah, well, no, because then it would have been a murder.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but his life probably would have been happier that way.
In prison?
Well, yeah, I guess that's true.
He wasn't gonna get away with that.
Well, maybe it was a duel. He got slapped. That's a challenge, isn't it? Although he's not nobility, so I guess it wouldn't count.
Also duels were outlawed.
No, yeah, fair enough. You can tell he's the villain because he's got fur on his coat. This man is just, like, perfect for silent movies. His face is so expressive. He truly does have 1,000 faces. Yes, I love him. Why shouldn't I, you fool? He's rich. What have you given me that I should love you? You with your silly face and stupid books. That's low.
Yeah. Here I was thinking, he's not unattractive, Lon Chaney.
No, he's not.
He's got a pretty normal face. I wouldn't call it silly.
No.
Well, he got hit again.
Double tap. I would also, and now this is purely speculation and theory from my English major brain. But the significance of a slap too, like, fool, clown, like, it's not even a punch, it's not even a full-fledged hit. They don't even respect him enough to fully deck him.
Yeah. It's just like
that's part of the that's part of the humiliation. Is they don't feel strongly enough to actually deck him or hit him properly. So he hit his highest high and now his lowest low in the span of very, 24 hours. His world has been knocked off its axis.
That's true. His world has come down around him.
The agony of that night exhausted Paul Beaumont's power to suffer, for there is a limit to what men can suffer and live.
Yep. So that's where we stopped last time.
Yes.
Taking that clown insult
very
literally.
Yeah. He took it to heart. Call me clown, I guess I'm a clown.
Yes, he has now joined the circus.
So into the crude life of the circus came the daughter of the McKinneys, a delicately bred aristocrat. Mancinis. God damn it. Reminding Paul Beaumont of the world he had put behind him forever. So in this circus, Paul Beaumont has a little crush on a lovely young lady who she's part... Oh, I never see you anymore, Consuelo. Every day you go away with your father and that strange gentleman. So this is her beau. He's the trick rider. Father's friend is a very rich gentleman. Perhaps he will ask me to marry him. But you wouldn't, Consuelo.
I'm just gonna do a dramatized
reading. Apparently I've committed to it. Well, perhaps. I would. Don't be too sure. Let me see you, Consuelo, once in a while. If I don't see you, I shall die.
He's so dramatic. But see, these two strike me as, really young, right?
Yeah.
The young lovers.
Tomorrow, I will spend the whole day with you.
Paul strikes me as someone who's at least in his 30s by now.
Yeah.
It also strikes me that this is none of his business.
A strange thing, the heart of a man that loves, suffers, and despairs, yet has courage to hope, believe, and love again.
Maybe not with the young lady who's already got a line of men who want to marry her.
Yes.
First of all.
And she doesn't want to marry him. She has no interest in... Well, we're gonna see that. But she's interested in that other... The guy who rides the horse real good.
Could it be?
The return of our villain.
Uh-oh.
Okay, now here we see that Consuelo does have some care in her heart for him. She's helping him, she's trying to take care of him. But not...
This is part of the show, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but, she doesn't have to help him, right? He could sew it himself, theoretically.
Yeah.
It is a nice gesture.
She's also doing this for him as a fellow performer.
Yeah, that's true. You're getting so famous, you'll be leaving us for a bigger circus soon. I'm happy here, Consuelo. I want to stay here always. Not always, he. For someday you'll find something that you want more than the applause and laughs of the audience. Yeah, so Mr. Beaumont has renounced his former name. He is now only known as He Who Gets Slapped, shortened to He. That is his entire role in life and at the circus.
We're back with the literal metaphors.
Yeah.
I have to say though, I hate that wig.
Mm.
It just the tufts of hair.
Yeah.
And it until he gets the makeup and everything on, it doesn't even really properly fit over his head. It's just really annoying to look at. And 60 clowns is a lot.
It is a lot.
I guess you could see how maybe Bela Lugosi slipped in there.
Yes.
Unnoticed.
What is
allegedly.
it in human nature that makes people quick to laugh when someone else gets slapped? Whether the slap be spiritual, mental, or physical.
It's true. Slapstick humor is a whole genre.
Yeah.
And slap is literally
In the title.
name.
Yeah. Also, yeah, and Schadenfreude, one of my favorite concepts and songs from the hit Broadway musical Avenue Q. Taking pleasure in other people's pain. Yeah, and these are the kind of adorable clowns. I love these little jaunty outfits with the big balloon pants.
You know what these kind of outfits are really cute on? Teddy bears.
I can see it. I can definitely see it. I had like a great aunt who had some like porcelain clown dolls that were dressed up like this. Significantly less terrifying than the clowns of pop culture today.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the way they give the fat man the apple is just to laugh with his mouth full of food is really something else.
Well, you know what else is reminiscent of? When you have the cooked pig with the apple in its mouth.
Yeah.
Again, literal metaphors.
Yeah.
And then calling the audience pigs. But I don't think that's fair. Because you go to a circus to be entertained. And the clown act, the clown act could be whatever they want it to be. They didn't have to make it this.
Yeah.
But this is what he wanted his act to be, because now he's just acting out his traumas.
Yeah, he's literally reliving his trauma.
That's not the audience's fault.
No, it's not. Oh, so we talked over it, but he's like, the earth is round, they slap him. And then he's like, oh no, actually, the earth is flat. Yep, there's the apple in the mouth.
Yep.
Honorable gentlemen, I was wrong. Again, the earth is hard. I mean, that is factually
the
true.
earth is made out of jelly.
Actually, it's a bouncy castle. Yeah, so he is perfectly okay with everything going on until he sees his old nemesis.
Again, this is the act. It's supposed to be funny.
Yeah. And so now he's not acting anymore. This is real distress. But because it's part of the act, nobody catches on. Or they think it's part of the act. So then it's, man, kick him while he's down. Or slap him while he's down, I guess. 60 clowns get to slap him.
Yeah, another tying him up too. I would say as a performance though, this is quite disturbing.
Oh, absolutely it is. Like, the fact that they tie him up and, like, hold him there while everyone slaps him is dark. And then they don't even... Nobody notices that he's... Bravo! He's funnier than ever. So his distress makes it funnier. To them.
Yeah, because it stops being acting at one point. It's kind of similar to sometimes when movies are being made and something will happen, but they don't give the actor like the whole script. Like they did this in MASH.
Yeah, Blair Witch. Some of that.
Well, that was all improv anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
But like they didn't tell the cast that the one character was going to be killed at the end of the season. So then when the character runs in and announces to them while they're on set, you know, oh, was killed in a helicopter crash. Like their reaction is genuine because they didn't know that was going to be in the script.
Yeah. That is one of a very good episode of MASH. Yeah, so
I guess they did that a lot with Fury too, with poor Logan. Didn't tell him a lot of what was going to happen, so his like reactions would be genuine. But what I'm getting at is like because now the boundary between acting and reality is becoming blurred. People think it's acting, so oh, the acting is so good now, but he's not acting.
Yeah.
Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, so when, you know, the clown took his metaphorical clown heart out, ripped it out, and buried it and stamped on it, metaphorically, that's also somewhat literally, metaphorically what's happening. You get what I'm saying? Lie down, you're dead, you know.
Yeah, now he's breaking character. There was a clown funeral as part of the act and Nights at the Circus too, wasn't there?
Yes, there was.
Again, it wasn't supposed to be the funny thing is they were trying to stuff him into a coffin that was too small.
Yeah, he was too big for it, and then he like bursts out of it. And then the fake waterworks. You see, no, in this, like, obviously, again, the audience came here to laugh, but, like, I don't understand how a fake funeral is funny. And no, again, I'm not saying death can't be funny. It can be. Dark humor is funny. But this is just sad. And then they're all mourning him, and yet they leave him behind. Nobody notices that they're mourning somebody who's not even on the stretcher. Yet still he bows. Okay, so here's an important development. The man that Consuelo's father is talking to maybe marry her off to is the Baron.
Dun, dun, dun.
He's got a sick bow. I want a bow like that.
That makes you wonder now what happened to Marie.
Yeah.
She had run off to be with the Baron, and now he apparently doesn't care about her at all if he's pursuing someone younger.
No, the Baron is very, what's the word? Is it hedonistic? He's just after pretty girls and fame and success, and he doesn't care what he has to do to get it. Again, he could laugh at the Baron, this time unrecognized. Jester's privilege.
Yeah, if you can't beat him, become a clown and
pick on him.
Yeah.
Laugh at him. I hate clowns.
Well, he was just laughing a minute ago.
Yeah.
He enjoyed the act well enough.
I hate barons.
Now, see, that was kind of obviously there's no dialogue, so we don't really know everything that could have potentially been said.
Mm-hmm.
But that could have been a big giveaway that clown knows who that man is.
Yeah.
And now he's out here trying to endanger the lives of these two people and their horse.
And himself.
Yeah. I guess it's true that he's become famous enough. He's got his own
neon
signs. Yeah. The clown turns.
The clown is.
He's teasing
putting his nose up.
Yeah, it's not actually a globe he's got there, but the ball that turned into
like,
the globe earlier.
It's like a big marble.
Yeah.
Why are you so sad tonight, he? You'd be happy if you were only in love. It is when we are happiest that life strikes us, Consuelo.
Spoken from experience.
Yeah. Let me see your hand, Consuelo. Perhaps I can read the future there.
Now, if we've learned anything about palmistry from Emily's research, it doesn't really tell you what your future is.
No.
Just kind of tells you about your own disposition.
You are
supposedly
doomed, Consuelo. It is written here. Yeah, well, I also feel like it says more about your past, because the way you use your hands determines the way they turn out. Your father will sell you to the Baron. There's only one who can save you.
But he doesn't mean her boyfriend.
Look, here's the letter H. It stands for he. What
This is insidious.
Yeah. What a pickup line. It is I, Consuelo, I who have worshipped you in silence. How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? My love shall protect you from all harm and unhappiness.
Well, see, here you have to think about this from her point of view. She just has been told that her father intends to marry her to the Baron, who she kind of, like, teased the trick writer earlier about it. But
I mean, I feel like that's also kind of like a, hurry it up, guy. You gonna do something about that guy?
Yeah. We also saw
another slap.
They had a whole date in the park.
Yes, yeah, so. we didn't record that part, but they did go on a picnic. You dear funny he, for a moment I thought you were serious.
Oh, the perils of being a clown. Nothing is serious.
Yeah.
Not your
trauma, not your love confessions, no matter how creepy they are.
Yeah. Everything's just a big joke.
You're a joke.
Though,
you forget, Consuelo, I am never serious. I am he who gets slapped.
In her defense, though, that's about the only way she can get out of this situation.
Yeah.
When it's, one of her coworkers.
Mm-hmm. I say serious things and people laugh at me. Yeah, just in case you as the audience didn't pick up on that metaphor, he just told you. Well, I suppose these were marketed as entertainment, not intellectual.
No, see, that's the thing. Like, when we're watching these movies, a lot of times when people watch these movies now, they're used for, like, teaching film history and that kind of stuff.
The Baron Regnard has humbly requested your hand in marriage.
When they were made, they were supposed to be entertainment.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, like, why I wanted to watch these movies, to see the fun things about them.
Mm. Yeah, and they are, I do think they are definitely worth a watch as a modern audience. Like, they are good. Well, and I mean, our opinion, I think, is a little biased, because we watch these and, like, shoot the crap and talk.
That's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
And I was trying to tell this to my parents, because my mom gets so mad because Dad likes to talk over stuff, because he's always, like, asking questions. They're like, oh, you know, what's the history of this and that?
Yeah.
And I keep telling him, why don't you watch a silent movie? Because you can talk over it, and no one will miss anything.
Yeah. The Baron will buy champagne for everyone.
I think it's the perfect solution, but he won't watch them.
That tracks. But the theory of chit-chatting over a movie making it better also holds for modern movies that you've already seen. For instance, we watched the Twilight movies, drinking wine and talking over them the entire time. Just obviously not on film, because those are copyright. That was a grand old time. Highly recommend that.
Yeah, having the wine is a necessity.
Yes. Yeah, for Twilight, yeah. And we did just chit-chat over that too, but he said, in case you missed it, you forget this is a circus, gentlemen. The show must go on.
Can you imagine, though, you're in all this kind of emotional turmoil and you have to go up there and do all these high-stakes tricks?
Yeah.
For an audience. That's gotta be rough. Because what they're doing is dangerous.
Oh, extremely dangerous. Well, and I don't think we talked about this in the Geek Love podcast, but there is a trick horse rider in Geek Love that falls off the horse with one single misstep and seriously gets injured.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we didn't mention that.
Yeah.
At all. That was important to Chick's character development.
Yeah. I mean, we already spent so much time talking about that damn book. There was only so much we could do.
Yeah. So, yeah, Consuelo's father finally convinced the Baron, because the Baron didn't want to marry her.
No, he just wants to have relations with her. You beast! To sell your daughter like this!
But finally, her father convinced.
No true father could do that.
Because they were in some financial trouble,
Yeah.
right? So, yeah, her
He
father's
needs the money.
seeing status and financial gains. I guess we can assume that the Baron was never married. And he did not marry. Though I suppose Paul and Marie are probably still legally married.
Yeah, well, and we also skipped over that scene where, like, Marie and the Baron are, like, in a hotel or whatever, and he's like, bye. She's like, wait a minute, I love you. And he's like, yeah, that's your problem. Not mine.
So, the lesson is it doesn't pay to betray the people who actually care about you.
Mm-hmm.
For a quick buck.
Yeah, an honest man is better than a rich man. Okay, so now here we see he is taking some drastic measures. You know, he was telling telling it to it. He was telling Consuelo's father, flat out, you're a beast, you're a monster for selling your daughter like that. How could you do that? And like roughing him up. Instead of, the jokey clown thing, like where he tipped the Baron's hat and whatever. And now he's escalating. He has set it up so that an angry lion, an angry, mistreated lion in a too small cage, is pointed right at the door. And he's come out around the back and snuck in through the front door and locked it. So he's really, he's not acting. You could argue he was not acting this entire time. This is all real to him, and it's always been real to him.
Honestly, though, this whole sequence is so tense.
It is, yeah, because we as the audience are just, we know what's gonna go down.
Well, you don't if you're watching this for the first time.
Yeah, but we know it's
you know
set
about
up.
the lion.
Yeah.
But you don't know.
Let us drink to the one who laughs
how
last.
this is gonna resolve.
I don't drink with a fool.
I wouldn't drink
Look,
that.
look at that pinky. Look at that pinky.
I wouldn't be drinking that after you just smashed the bottle.
No, God, no. A fool, look! See which fool this is.
The big reveal.
Sacre bleu! I wonder if the names were changed from Russian, because Beaumont's definitely not Russian.
No, and they mentioned that the Baron was from Paris earlier.
Oh yeah, that's true. They did mention that, didn't they? Well,
we have to try to track down the original novel.
Yeah, to see if it's set in Paris. Do you think I'll let you, of all men, marry her?
Boy, he's really just had the worst luck with the same man.
Yeah, seriously.
Getting entangled with all of the women he's ever cared about.
Yeah.
What are the chances? I mean, pretty high, because this is a fictional novel.
Yeah.
But
in real life, probably kind of slim. So, he's been stabbed.
He just pulled a sword out of his walking stick.
Yeah, I really want a walking stick with a sword in it, real bad.
I think you can get those at Renfairs.
You can. Well, what I really want to honor my Irish heritage is a blackthorn stick. Blunt force. Also, you won't set off metal detectors.
All hypothetical, of course.
Oh yeah, of course, of course.
Like snacks are in order.
Yes! We're gonna have a tea and snack break after this. Alright, I stabbed the clown. Time to leave. Uh-oh.
You notice he was stabbed right where his heart gets sewn on?
Yes. And if this was like a modern movie or an action movie or not a tragedy, the heart would have been there and it would have stopped the sword.
Yeah, well,
because it's like a heart.
If it weren't a tragedy.
Yeah, if it weren't a tragedy, that's.
If the hero was meant to.
He's like, okay, see you later, dude. There's another door. You fool! You locked the wrong door. Remember, Baron, the one who laughs last. Or to the one who laughs last. Laughs last is kind of a tongue twister.
I remembered where You Laughs the Laughiest came from. Remember, it's a series of like middle school level books from the 2000s about this British teenager.
Yes. Whoa, what is that?
Was it like something thongs and full frontal snogging?
Angus.
Thongs
And full frontal
snogging. Yes.
Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure that's what it's from. I might need to fact check this.
Oh my gosh.
Do you remember those?
I do. Holy crap.
I guess that did not stay in the social... It did not stay part of the culture.
No, not part of the zeitgeist.
They were very popular for a short
yeah.
while. I don't know my mobile devices.
So he's dead. The lion, predictably, ate him. After having been abused and locked in a cage and probably starved.
This is where we know now that this is a horror.
Yes. And nobody can hear him screaming because everyone is busy applauding. Applauding.
That is a very angry lion. I imagine, because that's real.
Yeah.
I would imagine that real life lion is probably not very happy either.
No. This is before animal rights.
Before the Humane Society
became
was on set for every film. That actually didn't happen until after 1989. So that's a pretty recent development.
Yeah, extremely recent. Especially when you consider how many movies were made before that. So now he's gotten his revenge. He's, come my friend, give me the last slap. Boy, what a slap that would be from a lion's paw. Woof. Yeah, this is probably real. Which is very sad. The way she's whipping at him.
But also was, I think, a little sped up.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, yeah. It did have that look to it. Yeah. No, she's like, hey, get off your ass! Your act is on! Because he's got a dark costume on. Can't see the blood.
I would say I think it would be fun to be in the orchestra for a circus, but you'd be playing the same songs.
Over and over. Yeah. Show must go on. Yeah, I kind of love how she comes in here, sees the lion out and about, sees these two dead guys, but she's like, hey, you gotta go go.
Yeah, I guess there's a real disconnect there between showbiz and morality.
Well, that's kind of the whole thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, the show takes precedence over life.
Well, now they're realizing what's happened.
Oh, guess we're improving. Honorable gentlemen, the world must have its love.
If you say so.
It's a new act he's putting on.
See, everyone's ready for a bit of novelty.
honorable gentlemen. The world must have its tragedy. But always, honorable gentlemen, the clown comes out to make people laugh. So now Consuelo is not laughing. She clearly knows that something is up. And the audience is starting to catch on.
Yeah, things are a little suspicious.
But they go right back to laughing. So now, after having put on a fake death as a performance earlier, his real death is happening inside the same ring, surrounded by the same people. Your sorrows are over, Consuelo. Mine are too. You will be happy, and I will be happy too.
I have to say, again, the audience didn't come here today to watch a death.
No. You see, I am happy. I'm smiling. A fool is always smiling. No, they came for theater. They came to see fake death, fake violence, fake this, that, the other thing. They didn't come for realness.
No. Imagine the emotional distress.
Years of therapy, except this is pre-therapy. What is death? What is life? What is love?
Baby, don't hurt me.
No more.
And then they're still going on
Yeah.
with the show.
We always laughed at him.
Well, because that was what he was here
Yeah.
to do. I guess the point is sometimes you have to look a little deeper to see the truth of the matter.
Yep, and he's got a clown burial now. The clowns of the earth have tossed him over the side like a body at sea.
Off to the great beyond. The end!
The end! Okay, so that was He Who Gets Slapped. Now, I mentioned this earlier, I didn't allude to it, that the original play had a different ending. So in the original Russian play, he poisons Consuelo, Baron Regnard commits suicide in despair, and then he drinks the poison himself at the end. Which...
So it's just more violence against women.
Yes, exactly. It is, I mean, even in this one, like, he's all creepy and stalkerish, and she very clearly is not interested, and he just won't give it up.
Yeah, but it doesn't go so far
No.
as that.
No, in the end, he still is trying to protect her, even if his intentions are a little or his feelings are a little misguided.
Yeah.
He does end up saving her in the end from marrying the Baron, so she's free to marry who she wants to. So yeah, definitely a little bit of a lighter end to the American version.
Yeah, that one's definitely better.
So that was that was that.
Yeah. Expect more clowns in the future.
Oh yeah, expect lots more clowns. I've been doing clown research.
There's a lot to be said. I am really curious to know how we went from clown being this, again, it's a slapstick act, so there is this undercurrent of violence.
Yes.
But we went from that to just straight up horror. Clowns are evil and eat children or whatever.
Yeah.
So that'll be a journey.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Not this video.
This clown wasn't really a monster.
No.
So we're not there yet. But this was definitely a
sad.
It wasn't a whimsical, happy story.
Yeah, well, it was very much the sort of the other stereotype, which is that clowns are actually really depressed.
Yeah, which
their job is to make people laugh. But
we've encountered that a couple times. So
yes,
we'll see if it keeps going.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that. Let us know down below what you thought of the movie. If you've seen it before, if you've seen anything else with Lon Chaney.
Yeah,
he's been in a lot of stuff. Let us know what you think. We'll come at you for another one some other time in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
See, unlike a traveling carnival, we're never on time.
No, it's our channel, so we're always on time.
We're like the one with the train that just shows up in the middle of the night. And you never know when it's coming.
Yeah.
That's us.
We always arrive precisely on time.
No, it's precisely when we mean to.
Yeah. Yeah. There it is.
Except not.
Except. Anyways. Goodbye.